Okay, so this is another Confessions of a Startup. Whew. And it's definitely been a roller coaster last few weeks. Everything just kind of up and down as far as what's going on with Date My Apartment. Everything. Sharon and I have decided to kind of split up the duty, so I will be responsible for the rental checks, and she's going to be responsible for Date My Apartment. A couple reasons for that. One, my interests have kind of shifted towards more towards the rental chicks, and doing that as a guide, as an apartment guide, and those kind of things. Also, just for our sanity to keep our familial relationship intact, because we've been arguing quite a bit lately, and it kind of just made more sense to just kind of, so even though I'm still co-founder of Date My Apartment, we're still partners, but she's going to be taking more of the leadership role for Date My Apartment as far as what direction Date My Apartment goes in. So we still talk about it, and I still, I'll give feedback and kind of, give my ideas, but it's really now her thing, whereas now my thing is going to be the rental chicks, and doing that. And, so far, things are working out as far as like the Date My Apartment stuff. Sharon has a idea about that, kind of shift the idea from being an apartment listing site, because honestly, there's so many already out there, and trying to differentiate ourselves amongst the other ones that already exist is kind of going to be difficult. Also, the idea of people being able to try an apartment for 24 hours, well, that's a great idea, and I definitely think it's something, and we've talked about it being something that we'll pursue somewhere down the line, because again, it is a great idea, and the concept is just trying to get landlords on board with that, especially when you're talking about things in terms of liability, of people being able to spend the night in an apartment that they're interested in. Again, a great idea, but many landlords, the feedback that we've gotten is that there's issues with liability. Even though there have been some independent landlords who were interested in the concept, and that's definitely a route we want to pursue, is going after smaller landlords who kind of see where we're going with the idea, which is more of helping them market their vacant apartments. If you hear a cat, that's just my that's my baby Sasha, making noise as usual. But yeah, so the smaller landlords kind of see what we're trying to do and where we're going with it, which is that it's kind of a marketing, a way for them to market their vacant apartments to people who are serious prospects. Like I said, something that, we're definitely looking at pursuing somewhere down the line. As far as the rental chicks go, so I got the WordPress site up, so I'm working on that, but of course it's the free WordPress.com, but that's just something, kind of see how things are going to look at, because we actually have a domain name, but I want to, move that on to actually WordPress.org, because there is a difference between WordPress.com and WordPress.org, and I definitely want to have our own hosted website. But so far, we'll go with the free option for now, just so we can get the content up, and and then maybe, probably, hopefully by August, have everything, because I'm also trying to learn WordPress as well, so that way I can do the stuff that want to do, like have the right theme, plugins, all that technical stuff. So I have to learn all the technical stuff so I can migrate what's on the free site to the one that we're gonna have hosted. So yeah, doing that. But yeah, have an 8-page vision so far, but there's still some more stuff I got to add. So it's really going to be like 10 or 10 plus pages of, the vision, which, it's kind of like a business plan. It's really more of a business plan I've gone, but I call it vision. So it has outlined everything that we're trying to do with the rental checks, because what we really hope to do with that is, again, is make it an apartment resource, something that prospective renters can go to, because even though there are, there's the apartment guide, and there's, apartment finder, and, for rent magazine, etc. From the research I've been doing, there hasn't really been a new apartment type of publication come out since like 1981, which is crazy. And also the ones that you pick up currently, all they list are apartments. They don't list them by neighborhood. And one of the great things about, not just Philadelphia, but many large cities is that, these cities have neighborhoods, and each neighborhood has its own feel, its own, what I call, flavor. One neighborhood, for instance, here in Philadelphia, Bella Vista and North Liberty is in the same, it doesn't have the same feel. University City and Brewery Town, or, Art Museum, Fairmount, all these different places have their own character, their own personalities. And what we're trying to do with the Rental Chicks Guide is highlight not just the apartments, but also the communities that make up Philadelphia. The local businesses, public transportation, schools, etc. All the things that make a neighborhood what it is. And also as not just, again, as a resource, but also as a way, especially for people who aren't from the area, or even if you're from Philadelphia, I've lived here 15 years, and there's still, neighborhoods I haven't been to. And there's some places that, have a bad reputation, but when you're actually there, you're living there, you realize the reputation isn't necessarily the full story. And you want people to not overlook neighborhoods that are going to be great fits for them, because it happens to have, a perceived reputation as, oh, there's a lot of crime in this area, there's a lot of, this, that, etc. So that's kind of where we're at with the rental checks, and so things that way, it's going very well. Getting, taking this weekend to, shore up some things for Date My Apartment, so we can continue to move forward. At the end of the day, the whole idea and the whole reason we started Date My Apartment and the rental checks, and we started business, is, we want to help people find a great place to live. That's what, we did and do as leasing consultants, is that we help people find amazing places to live, and we want to continue to do that, whatever form that is. So, we've had to, keep open minds about how things happen and how things evolve. Or, as far as Date My Apartment, it's kind of more of, we're pivoting from one thing to something else. but we're keeping the essential. This is why we're doing it, you know. And again, it all comes down to the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And for us, the why, what we come back to is because we want to give people the information that they need to make one of the largest and most important decisions of their lives, which is, you know, where to live. You know, renting an apartment, again, is not cheap. It can be expensive. Again, you're talking about possibly tens of thousands of dollars over the course of a year or more for an apartment. And if you make the wrong decision, you know, that's money. No one should have to settle for a place. You should be able to make the right decision with the information that you have. And again, it's about giving people as much information as possible so they can make the best decision for themselves. So when they sign that lease and they get their keys and they move their things in, you know, they're happy about that decision. And when they walk through the door, it's home. And that's the thing, you know, that's the thing that makes us happy is knowing we helped someone find a great place that's not just some place for them to eat and sleep, but it's home. Whether that's for 6 months or 12 months or whatever, it's home. And that's the important thing. So this is actually longer than I anticipated. It's almost 12 minutes. But, you know, just want to give a quick update about what's going on and what we're doing. So till next time. Bye.